Every day, in every corner of the world, millions of kids kickstart their school day by running, jogging, walking, or even skipping a mile with their pals. It has transformed health and education in more than 90 countries, and it all started at one little primary in Stirling.
When I realised the children were unfit, I said to the class teacher, the wonderful Mrs. McRoberts, how about taking them out for 15 minutes a day and asking them to run around the field and build up their fitness? She was up for it. We had a sit down with the children, they were up for it. And so off they went.
Elaine came up with the idea of getting every child to run, walk or jog a mile every morning.
The first thing we noticed after the first day or two were the mental health benefits. The children were cheerful, happy, and within 2 or 3 weeks, the fitness of the children changed completely. And they were able to, almost all of them, run around the field without stopping. And then the funny thing was that they really enjoyed it. We didn't expect anything from this. It wasn't the Daily Mile, it was just a 15 minutes outside. But the children really enjoyed it. And when we reviewed it after a month, they wanted to keep going.
The benefits of Elaine's plan quickly became apparent. Other schools took notice, and Elaine's idea began to spread in Scotland and beyond.
I always feel positive energy after doing it, and I feel sort of like a warm feeling inside, and I'm quite proud of myself.
Often we think that, oh, we must finish a particular task, or children must do their homework, and actually sometimes going out and doing a walk or a run can really help, and actually that's more beneficial than just carrying on working.
Scientific research explains why a simple, short burst of exercise can boost kids' learning.
It can help a child's ability to focus. So it can help them stay on task in class. It can help them control their emotions so that they don't blurt out in class when they're not supposed to. It seems to do this by influencing something called executive function.
It helps me get into my learning, and it also helps me feel more awake.
As more schools took up the Daily Mile across the UK, in 2015, Elaine was honoured as the Teacher of the Year at the Pride of Britain Awards.
Elaine doesn't really think of this as about her at all. It's not about her. But she realised that she had to work to make it go elsewhere. So she's quite happy to put herself out there on behalf of the children in the project. But she's not someone who is looking out for herself at all. She is focused on the children.
Elaine's Pride of Britain success garnered more publicity for the Daily Mile, and philanthropist Sir Jim Ratcliffe offered to help her take it global.
And he said he was concerned about his children's fitness. They were having too much screen time, and also that children around the world were not fit. And he thought the Daily Mile was part of the answer, a big part of the answer. He said, I would like to set up a Daily Mile Foundation to take it worldwide. And so that's what he did in 2016.
Children at more than 9,000 UK schools and 20,000 schools worldwide across more than 90 countries have signed up, with more than 5 million children taking part.
And I thought to myself, these kids need this. That's 15 minutes out of the classroom. That's 15 minutes away from curriculum.
I'm really proud that one school made such a difference to the children in the school and then to children everywhere.
Elaine, you know that Alice and Jill and I are all hugely proud of what you do. We're kind of in awe of it, and we want you to keep going. Don't stop.
The furthest from Scotland that you know of that a school has adopted it?
Well, I mean, certainly New Zealand, but St Helena, I mean, I don't think it's the furthest place, but it's the furthest place from anywhere, you know, I think it's in the middle of the Atlantic, maybe the Pacific, I don't know. But it's miles from everywhere, and they do it there. You know. So
Well,
incredible.
I would like to say on behalf of my children and my grandchildren who in East End of Glasgow primary schools do this every single day, you can actually see the difference in the mental health and the well-being of the kids in that class. So a personal thank you from all of us, don't you think? To
I mean, when you started the scheme, was the mental health thing part of your thought process, or was that like a pleasant byproduct?
Absolutely not part of it at all. Someone said the children weren't fit. We were a sporty school, you know, I thought we were fine. And turned out that our fit children were fit, but loads of our children were actually not. But children develop as a whole child, you know, physically and mentally, right from birth. And so what we discovered in the very first sign of it doing the children good was in the first week, when they were cheerier, they were happier, and they were more focused in class. So the mental health benefits were really important, but that's not why we started it.
And that was something you noticed straight off the bat?
In the first week.
Wow, that's
absolutely.
incredible, isn't it? It's really
And
incredible.
what about the effect on the staff as well? Did they get fitter too? Did you feel that the adults joining is it's quite a good thing for the adults to do too?
Absolutely. 50 minutes out of class in the fresh air of the children, different relationship, away from the four walls, side-to-side conversations, you know, with the children. Children maybe disclosing to them, or, you know, just improving relationships and so on. And Dr. Moran, who you saw in the film there, is just now starting a major piece of research on how the Daily Mile affects children, teachers' health and well-being. You know, they benefit. And I mean, I met a head teacher who lost 2 stone doing it with the Daily Mile with the children. And one thing we didn't see in the film was a lot of children with special needs do. It's fully inclusive. No one's ever left behind, you know. And there's a very high uptake in areas of deprivation, and that's really important.
Really, really important.
We saw on the VT there, your husband's very supportive. I don't know if he tells you that to your face or he does. Okay. And your family as well. But have you got anything to say to them?
I do. You know, firstly, poor John, you know, he does so much for the Daily Mile, always has. And I actually couldn't do without him. Even before I retired, he was cold calling places and saying, there's this brilliant thing going on at my wife's school, you know, you need to know about. And so he's right in there in the foundation, the heart and soul of it, you know, which is ours.
Your Pride of Scotland Lifetime Achievement Award. So please welcome some fantastic actors. A wonderful actress from Granite Harbour, Wild at Heart, Shetland, and much, much more. The wonderful Dawn Steele. Yes, along with Dawn, an actor who has been an iconic screen presence in everything for 50 years in Scotland, from Highlander to Game of Thrones. Absolutely wonderful actor. Please put it together for the fabulous James, or as we know him, Jimmy, James Cosmo!
But Elaine said earlier what I was going to say.
Say it again.
I was going
You'll
to
say it better.
No,
You'll
just
say
to say thank you as well, just from a really personal point of view. Like well, as we've seen tonight, you know, it's about the kids, man, isn't it? It is. And my daughter did the Daily Mile every day. I live down south in a very small little village, and she did it every single day. So if you can get my 8-year-old to run every day, that's an achievement in itself. So thank you. Congratulations.
Well done.
I would just like to say that we've seen from history that any society that does not regard the youth as they should be regarded, and a strong, vibrant and resilient youth is the only way forward. And if we lose that, we lose everything. And it's very special that people like Elaine have worked so hard to produce young people that have those attributes. Incredibly special. And so much honour to you for trying to instill that in a future generation. It's a very difficult period just now, but with people like Elaine leading the charge, I think we have a hope. Congratulations.
Yeah, well done, Elaine. Well done. Thank you, Don, to James, and a huge congratulations once again to the amazing Elaine Wyllie.